Hey guys, this is Sergeant Phoenix back in the action, and today we are doing more videos on how to play Yu-Gi-Oh! The trading card game. Now for those of you who've only just started watching this video, I've done previous videos on Fusion and the tradition of normal summoning, setting and trapping. So today's lesson is on Synchro Summoning. So I've decided I'll just use my normal deck just for now on, just to show you the differences. I've mentioned on the first video that I will need some time more to still learn how to link summon. And I'm going to do deck profiles, because I do have a few decks that a lot of people do like, and just to show you what the main structure of them were for. So synchros are quite easy if you know what you're doing. And I'll show you a synchro right now. I'll show you my favourite one. Dark End Dragon. It is a dark attribute, level 8 synchro monster with 2600 attack points and 2100 defense points. The trick is on synchro summoning, you need one tuner and more than one non-tuner monsters. You can tell what a tuner is. I'll find one for you just to show you. Tuners. There. You will see they have tuner right in the middle, where it's between its type and that it's an effect. Because pretty much every tuner is I think every tuner is an effect monster. So to summon a monster, I'd need a tuner and another monster. So let's say I control that monster, and I don't really have any level 5s here because I usually have to use other. Let's say I had Infernal Dragon with Dark Resonator. If I look at my extra deck, I noticed I have a level 7 Synchro monster. To summon this, it needs one tuner plus one non-tuner monsters. So technically, that's not a tuner, that is a tuner. So I can say I tune my level 3 Resonator with my level 4. The levels totaled are what make it summon. So 3 add 4 equals 7. I can synchro summon Clearwing Synchro Dragon. However though, some of these synchros have specific rules to summon them. Like Dark End Dragon. And no, it's just Dark End Dragon. I have got other ones, but they're in my other decks for synchro summoning. Dark End Dragon, you need one tuner and one or more dark attribute tuners that are non-tuners. So let's say I have Infernal Dragon. I have got a level 4 tuner here, it's called Trap Eater. So if my opponent has a face-up trap card, I can destroy it to special summon Trap Eater. The problem is though, with certain monsters, you have to have the specific things they need. So if it says dark monsters, like I've said on my previous video about fusions, it's just the attributes really. I can fetch another synchro, but I haven't got it on there. I'm trying to find it so badly. Phantom Knight High Ride's a tuner. But if you want to use it for synchro summon, you can count this as a non-tuner. So let's say I had Trap Eater and this on the field. I can make this a non-tuner, so I can then tune them together. I have an Alexandrite Dragon in this deck, I think. So no, I think that's in the, yeah, here it is. So let's say I wanted to play this and this wouldn't work because Alexandrite Dragons are light attribute dragon. I have this card because it's one of my favourites. I like it. So I would have to have a dark attribute to summon it. But like Dark End Dragon, there's a Light End Dragon, which you do need light attribute monsters. So I could use them together, I think. Because it only says tuner, it doesn't say what kind of tuner, it doesn't say dark tuners. Which some synchro monsters do. Because in the 5D series, they made these tuna monsters known as Dark Tunas. But instead of adding the numbers, they subtracted the numbers. So let's say I had a level 8 Trudge, like Professor Officer Trudge did. He had a level 4 Shield Worm, face up, and then he sacrificed 2 of his tokens to summon, let's say this is a level 8 Dark Tuna Catastrophe. I can Dark Tune them, so 8 take away 4 equals 4. They did invent the Synchro. They did invent the Dark Tunas. They did invent the Dark Synchros, but they never invented the Dark Tunas. But when they did invent the Dark Synchros, they didn't make the negative effects. So they were just treated as normal Synchros. And everyone who watches it would tell you that they would prefer that. I would prefer it. Because Dark Synchroing did look pretty cool. Because it had its like little cat, I'd say more like a saying to summon them. It was when shadows are devoured by even darker shadows, the curtain pulls back and reveals a world without light, and you would summon your Dark Synchro. Trudge's one was Dark Diviner, which in the real world a level 4 a level 4 Synchro monster with 2,000 attack points and 1,000 defense points. I put it in my Officer Trudge deck because I have got Dark Tunas in it, but when it means Dark Tuna and there it means Dark Attributed Tuna monsters, which are pretty good actually. Because Dark Tunas are really good. Because they have to subtract, because usually we have to add up, but subtract is kind of better because you have to do negatives. So let's say in that rule applied, I had Dark Diviner on, it wouldn't be a 4-star monster, it'd be its level would be -4. Because it mentions that they don't unite together like our monsters do, they devour one another, feeding off the negative energy. It's what you hear a Shadow Duel, one of the Dark Signer soldiers doing, as Trudge did mentioning, kind of saying the same thing after performing the same kind of synchro summons. All the dark in the series, because they have signers and dark signers. Signers are just normal tuning, summoning up, adding up. But the dark signers have dark decks, have shadow decks, which have the dark synchros. Like I said, they've invented all of the synchro cards, all the synchro monsters, but not as negative level monsters. Which, like I said, I did say I'm going to keep repeating it, would have been a better aspect for the game, in my opinion. But I'll mention other specific rules though, for synchroing. One of the characters has a card known as, Red Nova Dragon. And that is a pretty difficult one to summon unless you've got a good deck of them, of tuners and support tuners and the synchro. To summon it, I'd need Red Dragon Archfiend, which this is almost because this card can be treated as, this card's name can become Red Dragon Archfiend. So let's say I had that. Red Nova Dragon's a level 12. I don't have it in this deck, I have it in another deck that I'm working on. Well, let's say I had trying to find a good tuner to show you. Because they're none of mine, because I don't have any level 1 tuners. I only have up to 2s, 2, 3 and 4. You know, because they're pretty much the basics, because that's pretty much what my deck's built on. I can use a level 1, I'll just show you using a level 1 monster like Karibo. Pretend Karibo was a tuner monster. It's not, but pretend. 3, because these would equal 4, and that would and that's it. 4 add, you know, if you know your math, it equals 12. So I can tune up my 2 synchros with this to summon Red Nova Dragon. And Red Nova Dragon's got a really cool ability, a really good ability. Because if you try effects on it, you can remove it from play until the end phase to just stop the effect. And also, it gains multiple attack points equal to the number of tuners in my graveyard. So let's say I had 4 tuners. It would gain, let's say 2,000. I think it's 500 per tuner, so it would have 500. It gained 2,000 more attack points. They show it on the sub how it's created, but on the dub they never did it because Zexal was being created, so they had to skip out some episodes to the ending, which has irritated me. I am hoping more than anything that they recreate season 3 that they do all the Japanese ones in dubs. That's what I'm hoping. I know they have done it already, but it would be better if they did season 3 as a dub for 5Ds, and they did the same thing for GX, because we only got 3 seasons. They'd had 4, and the 4th one was on sub, not dubbed. I'll agree though that sometimes the subs are better than dubs. I mean, take Yu-Gi-Oh! Art V. I call it Art V because it's easier for me. Everyone says, and I probably said it in a previous video, that the dub was terrible. But it was mainly based on the kids' background, because it was more based on teaching kids how to do more than, because they were mostly kid, because the main character Yuya has a performal deck, which are more like a kiddie deck, which I hate to say it is a pretty good deck to have if you want to summon Fusion Synchros, and the next video will be Xyz, and that's what they summon. So I only have 2 videos left until I can do what is it? Vrains one, and that's the series that summons links. So the next video I do, will be on Xyz summoning. It's pretty basic and it's pretty easy, pretty good. Nearly everyone uses it. I use it pretty much all the time. So the next video will be on Xyz, and then Pendulums, and then when I'm ready, link summoning. So until then, this is Sergeant Phoenix, over and out.